Hi guys, it's Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning September 26th, I believe it is, 2016. I do apologize if this video looks a little slapped together. I had a family thing come up in the last 24 hours, so I want to just get this out to you guys, and then I want to get back to my family. So everything's okay. It's just I felt like it was not such a good use of my time to mess with lighting and trying to set up and everything. So, as usual, I'm going to let you know what decks I'm using. I'm going to be using the Archangel Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue, and of course pulling a color card from the Secret Language of Color Oracle deck by Anna Segal. Personal readings, just go to my website, angelsouls444.com, the services page. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, I'll leave that below. And I do have a new course up on Gumroad, along with all the October extra readings if you want to go there and look for like your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, whichever one you want to follow. And the new course that's up is the Intermediate to Advanced Angel Oracle Card Reading class. One last thing before we get started, I am doing an angel spray class with my friend Kim down in Old Colorado City. So if you want to check that out, just go over to, I believe it's going to be, well, it's on my Facebook page, it's on hers as well, Heart Market, and it is a nice little workshop. It's sort of a make and take, okay? So there's all the business end of stuff. Let's see what's going on. Ooh. I got a big table now where I can just throw things. That's terrific. All right. Let's get going here. Oh, there's one already. Yes. Prioritize. Interesting card. Metatron. Oh. Hold on. Clairvoyance, overcoming difficulties. Nice. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's going to be a very active week. I don't know if you can see that, but all the cards are just like flying out everywhere. And of course, my app is still not working. So again, sorry if the shot's weird. Wow, this is, okay, so this is a week where a lot of us are tuning into our abilities. So this is a nice change of pace. So this is, first of all, look at, maybe not this one so much, but these other cards, they have a lot of like purples and gold kind of color scheme going on here. So this is definitely that crown chakra, getting into your higher wisdom, guys. It's really exciting. Give it to us. Okay, so let me just put these in order here. That's how it went. Okay, so the first card we have is Prioritize, Archangel Metatron. So the feeling I'm getting from this is to be studious. And what that means is the study of you, the study of your higher self and what's coming through you, right? So it's kind of interesting that I was just announcing that I have this Oracle card reading class out there. So, you know, I think it's the same kind of thing, like how are messages coming through you? You can listen to everybody else, but give it to me. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm trying to talk to you and I'm trying to talk to you. How do you filter it? Okay, how do things come through you? How are you a medium? You know what I'm saying? So so pay attention to your intuition this week, guys, and really be working on that and your higher wisdom, and let some of the things that don't matter, let them go by the wayside, okay? Because I'm feeling like I would love to use the word magical for this week, and of course anything can be magical if you make it magical, but it's not that fluffy, if that makes sense. So I'm not saying that, you know, so far there's no message of like some big profound thing supposed to happen for you. This is about your spiritual awakening this week and making that a priority. And if you're having a hard time with that, again, meditate with Archangel Metatron. He can definitely help you through. So this card says, focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get get organized and motivated. All right. So there is the card. Again, sorry, for the second time, my app is not working. I can't even tell where it says. But anyway, that's the card. And notice that there's like this bowl in his hands, and it's got like a violet flame. So we talk about this a lot, don't we? So if you need to use the violet flame to sort of cleanse away what's not serving you, do so. That way you have a clear path to move ahead on your spiritual growth. Now we have two ability cards coming up. This is really interesting. And we'll get to them here in a second. And Metatron does make a second appearance here. So the next card is Clairvoyance. Again, what's filtering through you? What visions are you having this week? And sometimes people don't Sometimes people don't understand what a vision is. Sometimes it's just an image that pops into your mind and you're like, where did that come from? You know what I mean? And there might be some message to that. Now, if you're somebody who's incredibly fearful and you keep having visions of like bad things happening, that's your psyche, okay? Those are your fears manifesting through your ego and trying to scare you. But if you've been kind of contemplating about, you know, what path you want to be on going forward, or whatever you got going on in your life, you know, who should I be with in a relationship, you know, what have you, there's a lot of your clairvoyance could be kickstarted this week. Now, this isn't everybody. It's not to say that everybody out there is clairvoyant or even interested in that per se, but trust what you're seeing, especially when you see like a very vivid, or you have a very vivid dream and you can see everything that's going on, and pay attention to how it feels as well. Okay, so this is Archangel Raziel, and he says, I am helping your spiritual side to, let me start that over. I am helping your spiritual side to awaken. That's what we're trying to say. Fully, so you can clearly see heavenly love. Yeah, and they're pointing out here too that there's this sort of chakra wand here, and the biggest one is the top one, which would represent your crown chakra. You know, your highest wisdom, and that's what's cracking open for you this week, if you allow it. Now, if you're somebody who's like, this reading doesn't make sense. Am I going to make money? Am I going to have that boyfriend? Am I going to have that girlfriend? You know, well, you're going to miss a really good time, because this is your chance, okay? This is your chance at bliss, even. You know, because sometimes when we're in our wisdom and we are coming or looking at something from a higher perspective, we can calm within ourselves. We know what the grander, you know, again, the grander picture, you know, where are we going with this kind of thing. You'll have that eagle eye view of it. And there's something very settling and peaceful about knowing, okay, that's how that fits here. And that's even just for our benefit as humans, because we need to intellectualize everything, right? So it's this delicate dance this week. Give yourself room to kind of tap into your abilities if that's what you're into, all right? But even if you're not, really tap into that higher wisdom, take the higher viewpoint, allow yourself to spiritually grow, and really pay attention to your intuition and the messages that are coming through, okay? Because it's going to help you overcome difficulties, which is the next card. Overcoming difficulties, it's Archangel Jeremiah, which is, he's all about life review. The worst is now behind you, and you are surmounting any previous challenges. So if you do follow your intuition, if you do follow your instincts, you pay attention to those visions that are coming up for you, you'll know how to move forward. You'll know how to make the decision, and then you won't have to lean on anybody else to help you out. How about that? A lot of self-sufficiency happening this week. But there's kind of a mixed thing going on here. Like I feel like a lot of you, how do I want to put this? Help me out, guys. Thanks for the help. Some of you are going to take this information and some of you are not. Some of you may have turned off the video already, because already it's not about relationships or love or jobs or, you know, you somehow having some special power in this world. You know, there are people out there who do that, okay? But if you're still hanging with me, you're probably somebody who is very, very interested. This might be the best reading you've ever heard. Like, yes, a week of spiritual growth and tapping into my abilities. That's amazing. But just don't keep it shallow this week. For some reason, I'm being kind of asked to say that, so I don't know how you guys are taking this message. Or if some, okay, thank you. Some of you are processing it, this deeper message, and you're trying to make it fit into some category in your life. And they're saying, let that go. Okay? It's not about some, you know, area specifically. It's about everything. Because when you're developed in your soul, everything else on the surface is going to fall into place the way that it needs to. You don't need to control it. You know, you don't work from the outside in. It's the inside out thing that works best, right? So it's that kind of feeling, that kind of approach this week. Do what you can to let stuff go. If there's a lot of stuff that's just open and you're just like, oh, I don't know how to handle this, go within. Very important week to do that. So then we have clairaudience, so hearing messages as well. And this is Archangel Zadkiel, who is also all about the violet flame. You see where we're going with this? And Metatron shows up in this card with this sacred geometry up here. That's Metatron's cube. Okay? So being the student of you, studying yourself, studying your place in this world. Actually, that's kind of, well, it's not exactly Metatron's cube, but close enough. When I saw it, I thought of Metatron's cube, so fine. There we go. But it says, notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. What else are you guys showing me? Oh, the placement. They're showing me the placement of this star. It's at the crown chakra. So big developments this week through your understanding, your higher knowing. This might be a good time for some of you to be really writing too. You know, it could be a very creative week for you. But again, even as I say that, they're like, but don't make it about your career this week. If you're like an artist and you're like, oh, I want to tap into this so that I can, you know, create something amazing for the world. Like, okay, but remember, it's more about your soul this week than anything. Okay, so color card, please. Big changes around the corner, okay? So things that you have been worried about, suddenly it's not going to matter anymore in this world. Yes, two of them. We have two color cards this week. They're both reddish. Reddish because one is watermelon. Yeah, but there are big changes around the corner. So it's almost like, I'm going to give a really ridiculous example. I don't mean this literally, but it would be like the kind of thing like you're always worried about money, all this kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden money doesn't matter anymore. And it's not because you have a lot of it, it's because the world has changed and like you don't need money anymore. Okay, it's like that. I told you it's a ridiculous example. That's not going to happen tomorrow. But it's that kind of thing, but to a lesser extent for whatever's going on in your world. Or maybe you're, I don't know, trying to sell your house, and then like a solution comes and then it just doesn't matter anymore because, oh, well, never mind. Now we're not moving. You know, that job fell through. God forbid. But that job fell through and maybe you didn't really want it anyway, but your boss was making you move and you were nervous about it. You were nervous about selling your house and then you don't have to because now you don't have to move, kind of thing. Okay, so here we go. We have red, free yourself from the pain. The number is 2. The pain body, the pain illusion. That's exactly what we were just talking about. The stuff that you've been worried about. It's just going to kind of go away. Maybe not next week. I'm recording this, you know, the previous week, but it might not happen within the week of September 26th, but you're going to start seeing how to get to the solution. You're going to start seeing how, again, it's the clarity that's coming, the wisdom, the higher knowledge, right? And you can, in fact, free yourself from the pain. Red, root chakra, feeling safe, feeling grounded, knowing that you can take care of yourself. Okay. And then the second card we have is watermelon. Have fun with your inner child. The number's 3. So we have 2 and 3, which is really interesting. They add up to 5. 5 is the number of change. So watermelon just reminds you to be a kid again, not to take things so seriously. It's okay for you to, and that inner child, yeah, I got a feeling here. So let me see if I can articulate it. The inner child sort of is the closest thing to your divinity. Am I understanding that correctly? Closest thing to your innocence. So the more you're tuned into your inner child this week, the more you can experience like the true essence of you, the closer you can get to your own soul, if that makes sense. Okay? So have a little fun. Be in your joy. Don't take things so seriously this week. Everything is going to work out. Don't be afraid to laugh at yourself, okay? Like, I learned that lesson yesterday. I did a really stupid thing. I parked downtown, rushing off to an appointment. I plunked some quarters into the meter, and I come back out, and I'm like, there's a ticket on my window. What the? I've got like 45 minutes left on the meter. And then I'm like, oh, I put the quarters in the wrong meter. That wasn't for my spot. That was for the spot right next to mine. Okay, yeah, who does that, really? I mean, right. So, but I had to laugh about it. I'm like, well, makes for a great story, doesn't it? This is the kind of approach maybe, not that you should live the way that I do. Don't go around paying for everybody else's parking if you don't feel like it and then getting yourself a ticket. But, you know, what I'm getting at here is that you can have a sense of humor about some of the things that come up. Let's go back to that example about you were stressing out about moving and now the job isn't happening. You didn't want it anyway. You might laugh at that and be like, oh my gosh, the effort I put into looking for a house and trying to sell this one, and oh my gosh, and now it doesn't even matter. Okay, it's that kind of thing. So, may not be a big week of action, but I think it's going to be a big week, like we said before, of clarity and wisdom. And hey, let's take it. So there it is, guys. Have a beautiful week. God bless, and take care.